Hi, welcome to Mystic Moons. Thank you for joining today. We're going to get in our space shuttle and take a deep journey in our atmosphere, in our space, and look at our Earth, look at our planet. And this is going to be different, this read. We're going to ask the question while we're traveling, looking at the planet, the blue, the clouds, the satellites, the stars. And we're going to ask about our country. And the question is, that we're going to think about psychically, is sex trafficking one of the biggest industries in the United States? Sometimes it's good to get above it all to think about such an intense question. Is sex trafficking one of the biggest industries in the United States? Now, we're not dealing with the whole world. We're just dealing with the United States for now. Or maybe we're the only ones who talk about it. Could be. Or the only ones trying to wipe it out. It doesn't matter right now. Right now, the question is sex trafficking a big industry in the United States? And let's see, first of all, sex industry in the United States. Let's see, let's pull 3 cards. See, I had a good shuffle on this one because it is it. Every so often, it's like sex. Trials, go to court, sex. They don't go to court, people get ahead, sex. Selling sex, doing sex, and I'm talking meaningless sex. Sex for pleasure. No, I'm not saying that's not meaningful, but I'm saying about for obvious financial rewards or obvious power trips, that kind of sex. And before we go into this more, if you for our subscribers, thank you very much for subscribing, and I would like you to give me some input and about this subject. And for those who haven't subscribed, please do. If you this is a serious problem that we face. And if you'd like to give a donation, buy a coffee, just the details are in the description box, and we would appreciate it for the communal and personal. I also do personal readings. But let's get back to this sex trafficking thing. Okay. So here we have the 9 of Cups, and here we have the Queen of Swords. Could be this sex. And then here we have the King of Swords. So we would say that it's basically both men and women that are trafficked. And it is part of the scene. And it's high up there. It's high up. These are high cards. It's not, we have the King and the Queen of Swords. Sex is a communication device. It is an activity that is used to leverage control. I would say the 9 of Cups is highly anticipated, and up there on the food chain. Let's go for the 9 of Cups again. Let's do a little dive on that. All right. These 2 cards. All right. We have here the 5 of Wands, and we have the Empress. It could be the struggle of survival in this society that lends itself to one more card for this, because those came out together. And we have here the Chariot. It moves society. It moves. It moves. It moves and it grooves. It moves. It moves. It's there. It's there. It's there. Now let's look at this Queen of Swords. Queen of Swords. Queen of Swords. Alright. One, two. Now, when we examine this delicate topic, I mean delicate because it's very prominent in our society, very prominent. And every time a distraction from some other reason happens, we have a sex scandal. It's always sex scandal. Now, it could be the Hermit we have, and we have the Page of Pentacles. Now, it could be because sex is big business, because we have an isolation problem in this country. We have one side pitted against the other. We have the Hermit card, and we have the idea of Pentacles, the beginnings. I mean, if people could have that momentary touch of being not alone, that could be the fuel that makes sex in our society very strongly sellable. The loneliness. I am by myself. Nobody cares. Lack of caring. If I could touch, penetrate something, then I feel alive. If only for money. If only for cheapen our humanity. Now we have the King of Swords. Let's see. Let's take this one, and let's take this one. So, let's see. What do we have here? Now we have the Lovers, and we have the Celebration. Now, since the King of Swords, so that would describe a sex act in itself, I would say, from the King of Swords. I would say that there's happiness in sex. Sex without commitment, sex without responsibility. So here we have sex sells. Sex sells. It gets rid of the momentary feeling of alone. I get something. What do I get out of it? That feeds into what I get out of it. So all of this seems that basic human nature is being marketed for presentation. The Nine of Cups, I would say, would be a presentation. And since the Nine of Cups is made out of elements of, like, you know, trying to smooth over a deal, with the Five of Wands and the Chariot and the Empress, it's used to make, it's used. Alright, let's see now. How, is there, let's give one more card reading. Healing. Healing. Well, to understand a problem, I mean, to solve a problem, you have to understand the problem. And understanding the problem means examining the problem. Like, why do we have sex trafficking in this country? Why? Why is it such an integral part of our success? Can we not make it by talents, by our science, our calculations, our music, our art, our writings? I mean, can we not make it without having? Why is it necessary? Why do we have such greed centers? Is it because power is centralized and power must be controlled? Human nature must be controlled? Human direction must be controlled? Alright, so we do need a cleansing. A cleansing. So, even though a cleansing is always happening on some level, how far will that cleansing be exposed? How far? How far? Let's have one more card on this. Alright, this one. Well, starting small, ending... Oh, there's two cards. Starting small, we have Temperance and we have the Page of Wands. So we have to start small because it's such a big part of society, of society, that you have to start small. One person at a time. That will never cure it. But I say that because we know it's in all of our elements. We know it's in religion, it's in politics, government, it's in entertainment, sex trafficking, it's in galleries, it's in so many things. Getting deals, common work promotions, it's everywhere. So basically we have to start with retraining ourselves. That's the idea. We must start retraining to get the proper perspective of human nature. And will that happen? Will that happen? That is another question. Will that happen? So I would say that yes, indeed, sex trafficking is a huge, huge part of business in the United States. And we just have to be persistent and steady and teach values personally. And we can't go to somebody else for values. We have to feel it in here, inside our hearts. We have to be more empathetic. We have to say, no, I will not accept that product because it is based on trafficking. I will not accept it because it's based on pain. I will not go, hee. No, I will not. We must set our boundaries and decide as people, as humans, what we want to have our wants and needs culturally expressed, nurtured physically by. We will not accept the trashy stuff. Yeah, we won't. How many times can you laugh over backside and tits and exploitation of children? How many times? How many cases? We see messed up people all over the place. Right? So, anyway, if you have any comments, please. This is a sensitive subject, I understand. But as a people, as a higher energies, we must draw a line. We must say no. No. Must. Alright, so let's go back to our planet and see if we can really change this commonality. This we don't accept it. We don't want it. We don't want sex trafficking. Okay? Alright. So, until again, see you. Bye-bye. Have a good one.